Hey guys, yo, what is up, and welcome to Jump Inside Gaming News, where we give you all the best bits of news in gaming in the past fortnight. Are you ready? Let's get started. Assassin's Creed Mirage doubles down on being a traditional Assassin's Creed game. When it was first announced last year, Ubisoft framed Assassin's Creed Mirage as a much more traditional Assassin's Creed title. Something of a return to the series' original blueprints before it was adapted to the open-world RPG elements that defined Assassin's Creed Origins and its successors. I'm so excited for this if this is true. I love Assassin's Creed, and if they're bringing it and making it more to its core, then I love that. It's basically Assassin's Creed is an open world stealthy game, and then in Origins they made it into a open world RPG with stealth in it, which is a little bit off track, and I really didn't like it that much. When they do this new game, if they bring it back to its core, I really hope they go back to that audience that not so much RPG friendly, but more like, okay, we are an audience that we like stealthy games and we like open world games. So give us an open world stealthy game and make that the core of the thing. If you want to add RPG elements, then you can do, but try to minor them down as best as possible, because Assassin's Creed isn't an RPG. It is a stealth open world story game, which is similar, but it's not an RPG. Alright, that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts on this down in the comment section below? Let's move on. You don't need to play The Last of Us to watch the HBO show. HBO's upcoming marquee show, The Last of Us, is based on much lauded video game series. For those who are interested in the new prestige drama, but maybe less interested in video games, there's good news. You don't need to play the game to understand the show. In fact, you don't really need to know anything about the video game at all. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. And you know what? I absolutely love a good TV series. And if it's based on a game, then also quite cool. The one thing I will mention though, if you are gonna be in that universe, why do you have to involve the same characters? Personally, if it was me and I was making it, or I had the choice, I would say when you're making these series, maybe don't include the same characters that you play as in-game. Those are your game characters, so you probably should mix them up with drama characters for TV series. I think the crossover isn't a very good idea. I like the way they did Pokemon when they did that live action movie, because there was no relation to the series. The series was its own thing and the movie was its own thing. It was a nice separation from them both, and I think that's how a TV series should be if it's related to a game or another section of that universe. Divide the separation up. You can keep it in the same universe, you can keep the same style, it can have the same background, but don't make the characters the same. That's my own opinion. If it does work, if it does appeal, then that's great. I just think if you're gonna have a thing that you don't need to watch the series or the games or the stuff for, then make sure the characters are different. They do look very much like the characters we see in game, the people that are starring on this movie, so or this TV series, sorry. And I think maybe you shouldn't be doing that. That's my own opinion, but what are your thoughts down in the comments below, please? Thank you. John Carpenter suggests Dead Space movie in development. Legendary film director John Carpenter has suggested that a Dead Space movie project is currently in development. The Halloween Helmer has previously spoken of his interest in making a Dead Space film, and has now said that a project to get a survival horror franchise on the big screen is now in progress, albeit not with him attached. Again, same issue. Should a Dead Space be a movie? Just like I talked about earlier on, should we have movies about video games? Should we have TV series about video games? One thing I really like about video games, and right at the core, is when you see something happen in a video game, you can have full control of that game character, and you can choose how that game character reacts. This is why I love Fallout and why I love Skyrim so much, that a lot of the times when something's happening in the game, I can move around. Maybe I don't even have to be there. I can choose whether I want to be there or not. I don't have to, I'm not controlled by anything. And where you do a movie, you are controlled. You know, you don't get to choose where those characters in that movie will go. They're great stories, both sides, but there's too much separation between them. How should you go and proceed this? If there is a Dead Space movie, maybe don't use Isaac as the main character. That's my own opinion, but again, what are your thoughts in the comments below? New Skull and Bones release date due very soon. Following the latest delay, Ubisoft will reveal Skull and Bones' new release date very soon. The publisher has said, following yesterday's news of a further delay for the beleaguered pirate adventure. If you want to push back your game, and these are my thoughts by myself and MySpace only, is that if you do it close to the release date, I say 2 months to the release date, then maybe you're doing it a bit late. When Starfield did it and they pushed back their game, it was like 6 months until the actual date of release, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with this. I can wait a couple of more months, and if they do it again, then okay, that's absolutely still fine, as long as there's a bit of delay between now and the release date. If you're doing it quite close to the release date, then that might be a problem, especially if you're pushing it back maybe like loads and loads of months down the line. So if you've got a release date and you're going to push it back, make sure you give us the information as early as possible. We hate waiting. We're gamers. We're impatient. We want to get the game now. But yeah, at the same time, if you need to work on your game, if you need to update, if you want to make sure that the game is crisp when it comes out, I'm all for that. And I think that's great. And if it's only a few months of a pushback, maybe it's 1 or 2, then I think that's completely acceptable. So Skull and Bones, be the best you can be. When you come out, I want to play the game, and I want to play it expecting something really, really good. So all ups to you, and yeah, hopefully it's going to look great. Simon Pegg is the headmaster in Hogwarts Legacy as the game becomes Steam top seller. Hogwarts Legacy is one of those games that has taken so long to arrive, it's begun to seem like vaporware. But unless something goes terribly wrong at the last minute, it's out on next-gen consoles and PC on February the 10th. I'm so glad. You don't know how glad I am. That's seeing Hogwarts Legacy being #1 on Steam. How cool is that? And as Simon Pegg is the headmaster in this, I'm gonna love listening to every single one of those stand-up talks from the headmaster, because Simon Pegg is a comedian. It's gonna be so good seeing him in that role. I'm so excited to see how that's gonna affect and change the game. It sounds cool seeing him, and I can't wait for it to actually witness this myself. I'm super excited for this game to get released, and yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, it's looking so good from everything that I'm seeing from this. I'm so glad they're taking the time to work on this. I'm so glad we're getting regular updates from these people, and I'm just so glad again that they've got Simon Pegg to be the headmaster. Oh, it's so good. I haven't seen Simon Pegg properly in a video game for ages, since I think he was in Fable, which was also a class game, and it's beautiful to see really famous actors really supporting these works. In fact, I'd say for it being #1, it's probably going to stay there now until the game gets released, because Simon Pegg is going to just keep it up there. Just knowing Simon Pegg, that's all you need to know. Simon Pegg's in the game, it's staying up there. That's all I got to say. That's Jump Inside News. Tell me what you think. What do you think of Simon Pegg being the headmaster in Hogwarts? I hope you're excited about it. And of course, if you're excited for, what games are you excited for that are coming out? Or what do you think about delays as well? So yeah, there you go. Those are my questions. Tell me what you think. And I will see you guys on the next Jump Inside video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Peace.